Brilliant. Like, usually I always go three, two, one in a countdown, but I just start putting them out straight away because I think when you do three, two, one, it sounds so scripted.
Yeah.
So, we got it on. So, welcome to another episode of Sit Down for Stand Up. I've got with me today Kimmi Kaiy, a Derby girl. Is it Derby girl or Derbyshire girl? Derbyshire girl? Derby?
Let's say Derbyshire.
Derbyshire. Okay. How are we doing,
Derbyshire.
Kimmi? We well?
I'm really good. Yeah, I'm actually really good. Yeah.
Really, not just good, we're really good.
I'm really good. I'm doing all right. Yeah.
We're doing all right. We're doing, well, how come really good and all right? Like, it should be ecstatic over the moon. Woo!
I won't go that far. If I was not in this country, I'd probably be better. But at the minute, I'm all right.
Where would you go?
Oh, do you know what? I love Amsterdam.
Okay.
Amsterdam has a special place in my heart. My favorite place I ever traveled to was Iceland, though, but it's really cold there at the minute, so I
I
don't
believe
fancy that.
so. I believe Iceland is known for. So, why does Amsterdam have a safe place in your heart?
I just love I love the vibe. I just love how it's just, I don't know, it's just I really like it. I like all the museums. I like the way that it looks. It just and it's not too hot. I don't like sunny hot places, so Europe's
We're
pretty
so
good.
PC here, aren't we? We like a smoke, don't we? Every once in a while, everyone does. God, let's throw this etiquette out the
That
window. God.
that as well, yeah.
You go for
It
the
is nice.
museums. Fuck off, kid. There's nothing.
So last time I was there, I did get just a little bit high, and I went into a Lego shop, and it was the best experience of my entire life. I was in this Lego shop for about, I don't even like Lego,
You
but I
did
was
what?
in this Lego shop. I was in this shop for 3 hours because you could customize your own Lego character. And it took me 3 hours to customize my own character.
Oh,
But it was so good. It was so funny.
well, like, did you make it like look like yourself, or like for your other half, or just like?
No, it was me. I made it look like me. I don't know if I've got it in. I've got it in here. One second. Let me show
uh,
you.
uh. Well, I know. I used to do one when my twin graduated from when he became a doctor. I did one for him, but a bobblehead. So yeah, I did a cool little bobblehead for him. Like I know he's got it on his desk at the hospital, which is quite cool.
Okay, so this is my Lego character. Oh, I'm
I don't
gonna
know why I'm
break
leaning
it.
in.
Can you see that?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hang on. Is that better?
Okay.
This light's
I,
quite bright, isn't it?
that was 3 hours worth of work.
It was 3 hours worth of like the hardest thing was getting the top. I was trying to put me in a bikini, but you couldn't do bikini bottoms, so I ended up with brown trousers.
Bastards.
And you had to have sleeves, so
Oh,
but yeah, she's got the glasses, she's got the hair, she's got a bikini on.
there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. To be honest, can't lie to you. So, Kimmy, the reason for the podcast is to, we're a comedian in Derby. So, how did you get into comedy? Why did you get into comedy? I believe you said you're 4 months fresh into it. So, you'd probably be the best
Mm.
person to ask, the initial like trepidations. I don't even think that's a word, sod it. The initial concerns of getting into comedy and sort of how you found it. So we'll start off with the first one. Um, how did you get into comedy and why?
So I started online, so like just before lockdown happened,
Mhm.
my daughter was on TikTok and she challenged me to get a TikTok and try and get more followers than her. So that's exactly what I did. And within 2 weeks, I went viral and got more followers than her. And then um from what I was doing there was posting dark humor, so just quick one-line jokes. That's all I was doing every single day, and they went viral. I ended up getting like 500,000 followers, and it's just gone from there really. So it's gone from TikTok to other social media platforms. And then at the beginning of this year, on my bucket list was to do on my New Year's resolution was to just do one stand-up gig, just to like take it off my bucket list. I had no intention of doing it properly. It was just going to be do a ultra comedy course and
Yep.
then do that one gig, and then it was done. The comedy course got cancelled, and I still wanted to do it. So I was like, do you know, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to go for it. So I spoke to some people. I got a gig, and I wrote my set like 2 weeks before I did the gig,
Mhm.
and I literally loved it. It felt like being on the best drug imaginable. I was just so happy when weren't nervous going on stage. I got on, I did my set, and then I came off, and I was so happy. And I've literally just stuck at it since then. I've just decided that this is actually what I want to do now. So yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm doing.
Do you record all your sets?
I record most of them.
Okay.
I've done 7 gigs
All right.
in that 4 months. So yeah, most of them are recorded.
Okay. And how do you feel like you've progressed in 4 months?
Oh, massively already. The first gig, it actually weren't bad. It was all right. I've had so many compliments on it, saying that it was actually a really good gig. I did stumble on quite a few words, but I kind of used that in my advantage. So I made it quite funny that I was forgetting my words. So it was really good. But I feel like I'm completely different already. I'm way more confident than I was then. I'm talking to the crowd more. I literally didn't speak to the crowd at all. Now I'm trying to interact with them and get them on side. Yeah, it's. I actually did my first gig with a group called Laughing Stock Comedy, and my
Yeah, I
last
love
gig
this
I
stuff.
did, yeah, the last gig I did, I went back to them, and they couldn't believe like the improvement. So I wanted to go back there and be like, this is what I've done so far, and I felt really good going there and just like getting them to be like, oh, you've done us proud.
Woo!
So yeah, it
Okay.
was good.
And you say, on TikTok, you used to bang out the dark humor. Have you transferred
Yeah.
that onto the stage?
So my humor is all dark humor. That's
Good,
what I love.
good. Happy,
I
happy. I
love
love.
laughing at trauma.
Good. Okay. I had a dark comic one-liner on about 3 episodes ago from Wales, and I love dark humor. Like one of his jokes he told me was he used to self-harm, and he's got tattoos now there, so it looks like someone's graffitied on a loaf of tiger breads. And I'm a bit dark comic as myself, so go on, give me one.
Oh, do you want the darkest one from my set? Like it's pretty bad. You definitely need warming up to it, but I can just tell it you.
100%. I'm trying to think of terms of service. What?
Oh no, it wouldn't be safe. It wouldn't be. I'll tell it you after.
No, no, we're going to do
um,
it as long as it doesn't involve children, we're good.
yeah, it does.
Okay. Okay, we're okay. We
I could
do another one then.
I could give you another one. Okay, so I got pregnant at the age of 18.
Okay.
My daughter's 18 now. People always ask if I'm worried
People are
about
doing the
her
maths
getting
right now,
pregnant.
aren't they?
I'm 37. I'm
Yeah.
37. So
I didn't
people
struggle with that,
always
don't
ask.
worry. My accountancy degree
people
finally got used. Go on. Yeah, 37, Kimmy. Go
So she's 18 now. People always ask if I'm concerned about her getting pregnant at a young age, and I'm not. Not because I'm a good mom. She was born with the condition. It's really rare. Only 2% of the population have it, and it makes getting pregnant really difficult. It's called being ginger.
on. It's only 2% though, ginger.
Only 2% of the population are ginger.
Population, right? Okay, cool. I was trying to think like Scotland's probably like 30, 40. I don't fucking know.
I think it's that. I think that statistic's the world population. So
Well,
yeah,
I,
2%.
okay. So does most of your comedy sort of revolve around your own personal life and like things you've got your own sort of like connection with?
At the moment, yeah. So when I wrote my first set, I wanted it to be like an introduction to me so people could get to know me. And it's kind of stuck along those lines for now, but I don't plan on doing that all of the time. I think it can get pretty boring. So yeah, I'm trying to write stuff more like more current stuff, like things that are going off and not like serious shit, because I can't be arsed with that, but more like I don't know, like vaping or all the other stuff that it could possibly be instead of it being about myself. But at the minute, it is predominantly about me and my family.
Well, I think comedy has to have, you've got to have your own sort of personal flare onto it and your personal life, because it is. I find it a lot easier to write about when you're talking about your own sort of emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
And it does benefit, if you have had like an interesting life, I think that's the polite way to say it, to portray it on stage. So
I think the best comedy is when it has an element of truth in it, but then you can like so if I grew up in a pub, so I've got stories about growing up in a pub.
oh, yeah.
So like I think the best bit, so when you take that little truthful element and then you twist it into your other little side branches of jokes, I think that's the best kind of comedy.
But I mean, I own a pub myself, and the the banter you get in a pub. If you ever want to get into comedy, just go sit in a bar. Go there,
Yeah.
sit by yourself, chat with not with the people who randomly come in. Go and chat with the locals, and
Yes.
yeah, the abuse that will hurl your way and everything. So, how do you go about writing a joke? Do you sort of sit down, allocate time, or is it a sort of something comes to your head?
It's a bit of both. So my brain is very active and I have random thoughts at random times. I even have dreams that are jokes, which is odd. Um, and then I try and take that idea and make it into something better. So I like sharp and short, punchy jokes. So I try and trim it as much as possible. I did a course with Adam Bloom. You must have seen his book.
Talks about his book. I have not read it yet. I must have. I decided to see that on the
Honestly, you
Judd
need to.
Apatow book. I need to. I know.
He's an absolute genius. So I use quite a few techniques in there to write my jokes. It's so helpful. So he talks about seesaws and all different. It's really complicated, and I won't go into it. But definitely read his book. But I use loads of his techniques to make them better. But yeah, when I'm sat down writing, which I try and do every day, I sometimes struggle to come up with ideas. My best ideas come from like just organic brain farts. um, but I have wrote some stuff where I've sat down and wrote, but that do find that difficult.
I do as well. I sit down probably about half an hour a day to write up what I've thought of throughout the day. But like most of mine is about 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to sleep,
Yeah, yeah, mine's the same.
and then you sit there and I actually think I wrote some of my best work about 2 days ago, about 3 o'clock in the morning, and when it just snowballs, and you just like
Yeah.
connect dot 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 dot. So yeah, I mean, like the one that I thought of at the moment was ah, it's you can now women can now get the pill on the NHS.
Yeah.
It's going a lot. I haven't finished it yet, but it goes along the lines of like women getting filled up, so like walking eclairs, but like the shape of some women now, they're more profiteroles. It's it's something along them lines, but like it's not there yet. It's not ready. So do you doing dark humor, which I applaud. I feel like with a lot of comedy clubs nowadays, they want you to try and be a little bit woke. How how,
Yeah.
how do you feel it is like in Derby?
To be honest, I haven't gigged in Derby yet. I've got
Okay.
Spiky Mike's Gong Show at the end of the month.
Oh yes, like yeah,
Um,
cool dude.
that will be interesting because I've been to one of his gong shows and the audience in that show were quite um I don't think they expect dark stuff because there was a dark comic there and he didn't go down too well. But I'm not for changing my set for people. Like I know you have to tailor it a little bit to some audiences, which is fine. I don't mind doing that, but I don't want to completely dull down my comedy for other people because I like what I do, and some other people like what I do, and I think that it's okay to not like everybody. So
Agree.
yeah,
I agree. So you'd say you
I
write your
like
comedy for
my,
yourself?
yeah, I write it for myself and for so I have a big audience online. I write it for them. They have my humor as well. So I write it for me and I write it for them. So that's what I do. My comedy it doesn't punch down to anyone either. It is dark, but it's dark but it's likable, if that makes sense.
So would you I want to get onto gong shows in a minute because that is one of my favorite conversations. I love a gong show. So would you say in the realms of comedy you can write and joke about anything, or do you think there are like taboo topics that shouldn't be joked about?
I think in the right context, you can joke about anything. I think when people start having an agenda,
Mm.
say like a racist joke, I think a racist joke has its place. Um, but when it comes from someone that is a racist, it obviously has different intention, and that's when it's not okay. Um, it depends on the context. Yeah, I think you can joke about anything, but context definitely matters.
Yeah, where it comes from.
Yeah.
Like, if you like,
What is what you're trying to get out of it. So yeah, it depends what your message is in that joke. There has to be a message in the joke. And if it's just to be a racist prick, then it's not funny.
no, completely agree. I think every comment topic should be fair game. I do think some comedians, it's easier for them to joke about certain topics.
Yeah.
So like a black dude can do black jokes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a couple of like black jokes in my arsenal, but I haven't used them yet because I'm still at that like I'm a little bit nervous stage how it's going to go down. I don't know the persona I portray on stage would justify the joke.
That's a big thing. Your persona is a massive thing. My persona is quite warm, so quite self-deprecating, very low status, and I think that makes it easier to get away with things. Um, if you're going in high status, people instantly have like their back up against you. I think in the UK anyway, yeah, people, uh, if you're high status and punching sideways or down, then that's when you have issues.
Completely agree. And I don't think it is in the UK. I think America's quite similar. Funnily enough, the most brutal comedians I've seen have been Canadian. Right, I don't know why, but that sort of is. Would you sort of say, Kimmy, your favourite joke that you wrote is your best joke? Like, the one the audience
Uh,
reciprocate the best, or do you have this joke that you love? It's got your soft spot, but it doesn't particularly bang every time.
so when I first wrote my first set, I wrote a big chunk about my brothers, and I absolutely loved it because it was
Yeah.
really personal to me. It was about my brothers' having nicknames. They still have the nicknames now. And every time I did it, it got a little chuckle, but it didn't get a laugh. And
Yes.
I was really gutted. But I cut it because there's no point. It's not there to make me laugh. It's there to make other people laugh. So I cut it. But I like it personally. But yeah, it's not. It's not for everyone because I think it was too personal to me to be funny to anyone else.
What were their nicknames out of curiosity?
So I've got three brothers. One's called Bozzy because he's boz-eyed.
Brilliant. So love it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that go on.
There's Chippy because he's chipped his tooth,
Okay.
and then there's Bawley. Bawley was only born with one ball.
Do you know what? If you said okay, so the first one was Boz.
Bozzy,
You could
which
just like
is
you could just like
a
a game. Like I thought he could be from Bosnia. Chippy, he works in a lumber yard. That's how
yeah.
I was. You took all three of them. You sort of diverted me with, and Bally. I thought, oh, I didn't hear that. I thought, oh, he's balding.
But yeah, Bawley, not Baldy.
Bally.
I
He's a footballer. Yeah. No.
I'm gonna it's on the back burner. It needs work. It's not right as it is because I literally like I was listing off the names and giving reasons to why they were funny and it just wasn't hitting. So it's on the back burner and I'll work on it, but it's not right now.
And how often would you say you try new material on stage?
I have done every time, but I've only
That's
gigged
brave.
7 times.
Still,
Yeah.
that's brave.
It's not brave, it's stupid because I've got this like perfection mentality and everything has to be perfect. So if I try something at one gig and it's not hitting how I want it to, I will instantly change it, which is not good for my memory.
No. And
um
also, I'm going to challenge that straight away. How would you know you haven't just had a shit crowd?
yeah,
That joke could have
yeah, it's
absolutely
true.
slapped somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'd say give it 3 or 4 times, and then
Yeah, I should do. So the set I did 2 days ago, I literally wrote that like 2 days before and I learnt it on the day. But
that's
I
not a good
really, really
thing.
like that set.
That's hard enough. You say you're worrying about memory, but you're banging them out 2 days before. Like,
Do you know what I do?
don't beat yourself up on
I
that one.
I record it on my phone as a voice note, as a voice message or voice record, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and I have it in headphones and I play it over and over and over in my head. So it's like song lyrics. It
Yes.
becomes like song lyrics, so I remember it. So it's a lot easier that way.
Okay, that's not a
But yeah,
bad idea. All right, good bit
I
of
do
advice
need
there.
to just stick with a set for a little bit and just see how it works, and then start having feedback off the audience on how to twig it instead of me just trying to do it myself.
Okay. In where you've gigged, how long are the sets usually?
It's been varied. So I did the Dutch barn competition, which was 2 minutes. That was
Okay.
hard.
Yeah.
And then my last one was 11 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah, it's varied.
Okay, so it's not like fixed five, fixed tens. It's
Some of them are, some of them have been like tens.
okay. And okay, so we're now going to I love talking about gong shows. I think it's the Gladiator Arena. Would this be your first gong show?
It will be my first one. Yeah, it's not the first one I've watched, but it will be the first one performing.
Okay, and how are you feeling about it? Like, what are your initial
Um,
previews on it?
I think it's really hard to tell a comic's ability by a gong show because it's super high pressure. And if someone doesn't like one part of your joke, you're gone.
Yeah.
Um, so it's nerve-wracking, but it'll be a fun challenge. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, is it a 5 minute?
It's 5 minutes, yeah.
Do you get a grace period?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, so question then, if you change your set every single time, what set are we going to do?
So when I say I change my set, I change like the order and stuff,
Oh,
or I'll
okay.
add one or two new jokes in. So for the gong show, my I've got a 10-minute set. My 10-minute set, I will try and have my best jokes in there, and but still make them flow.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
it does. I would recommend the episode that comes out tonight. Abdul, he's from Peckham. He's a Peckham lad. He's done 19 gong shows. He's got through 17 times, and he's won five of
Wow.
them. And the advice he gave is start with your best 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and then like try and do a little bit of crowd work then to re-engage them because crowds lose attention so quickly, and then finish with your
Hmm.
best. Like, don't be scared of the more yeah, more insult the crowd, but don't insult them. But do you know what I mean, they want to be engaged, they want to be entertained.
They want to be part of it. Yeah.
Yes. And you don't want to go seconds
Okay.
because usually a lot of times, Adam Ali Woods also said this to me. Usually on gong shows, the first person gets a grace period because it's the first one, and then the MC will go speak to the crowd and say, "No, you've got to be assholes." So they're
Okay.
ready to piss off the second person. So yeah, like I know you haven't got any say, where you go, but that's yeah. Try and not be seconds is the best thing. So when it comes to your comedy, I always love asking this question. It's my favourite question to ask. It's a two-parter. What has been your favourite moment on stage, and what time did we bomb the hardest?
I don't think I've bombed yet. Touch
Okay.
wood. I don't think I've bombed yet. I've been all right, but it's like I'm only 7 gigs in. There's definitely time. The best experience I ever had was the Dutch barn competition that I did. There was 200 people. It was a quick 2 minutes, but there was 200 people, and like the build up, the energy in the room, it was incredible. And my face hurt for a week after from smiling. It was so good. And it's nice to be with, obviously, I when I did that, that was my fourth gig, the Dutch barn competition, which is stupid, a stupid thing to do. But it was such a good experience. I'm so glad I did it. The rest of the comics were all incredible. To be honest, I think I held my own. I didn't do bad. I held my own. Um, yeah, that was it was honestly amazing, and it just made me want it even more. I want them crowds all the time.
It is such a sense of euphoria. And like I said, I've mentioned it previously. I've been a party boy in my past. I've taken a lot of recreationals. There's no better feeling than being on stage. You've got, like 100 people listening to your every word. You say something, they laugh. It's just complete and utter, yeah,
Nothing
euphoric
compares
moment.
to it.
It really doesn't. So, what advice would you give to someone who is, thinking about getting on stage, but they're a little bit nervous?
Oh, just do it. Like before the gig, my first gig, I was super nervous. The 10 minutes before I actually walked on the stage, I was fine. I was perfectly fine. And I had this like just confidence from nowhere. And that comes with every gig now. I just get this massive burst of confidence. Um, it's not as scary as you think. I think the hardest part is afterwards. When I sit down after I've performed and people come up to me, I'm worried that they're gonna say, mate, that was shit. But luckily I haven't had that yet. But that's when I get nervous is after I've done my set in case I've upset anyone or yeah, in case I get bad feedback. But just do it, honestly. Just don't go to a coaching course or just do it yourself. Just do it. Open mic nights are brilliant, like Spitfire is amazing. They have like a whole range of people there, and when I went there it was so good. Like there's just completely different acts, like every single person was different and it was just good, and that's a great way to just get into it.
Completely agree. I reckon comedy courses are a great way to go. One thing I would say about them, and I know this isn't for the faint-hearted, try and do at least one open mic first before you do it, so you've also got that sense of, okay, this is what he's talking about. So it's
Yeah, I
not just
think
theory.
I've been told like the comedy courses, the crowds that you perform to on your first gig are massive as well.
Yes,
So
yes,
that
I've
might
seen that a
might be
lot.
a bit overwhelming. Um, yeah, and I promise not all the gigs are like that. I did one that was like 8 people.
Oh yeah, standard. Yeah, 7 of them are comedians.
Yeah.
It is literally like that. So we haven't bombed. Hopefully we never will, but every single comedian has. What's the worst thing you've seen a comedian do on stage?
Um, I don't want to rat anyone out.
No, you haven't got to say the name. You haven't got to say the name, but
Um, so I pride myself on not taking notes on stage, even at open mics. I try, like, I've got a shit memory, but I try and remember.
get
And
material every time.
every time I saw a headliner reading notes, and it annoyed me.
Yeah.
It annoyed me because it takes away the illusion. Um, yeah, I just don't like it. I don't. That's like my biggest pet peeve. Uh, yeah.
I agree. Even I know I'm okay. When it's work in progress stuff, I don't mind. But for some reason, I don't mind flashcards. But when they get their phone out, I don't know why that annoys me. Because
I think at like open mics and stuff, that's cool. Like do whatever you're doing there. They are there to be practiced and whatever.
yes,
But if you're a headliner, don't do that. Just don't.
I completely agree. So where would you like to, go with your comedy? Like where would you like it to take you?
I've been asked this before and I literally have no idea.
Mm.
Um at the minute I'm just enjoying being a part of it.
Yeah,
Obviously one day I would like my own show. Um like I don't know where I want that to be, or I don't even know if I want to be as far as TV. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I just like that people laugh at me, and that's literally good enough for me at the minute.
fair enough. And is comedy as easy as you initially thought it would be, or did you think it'd be harder?
Oh my God, no, it's so hard. The writing is so hard. I thought you could just chuck a few jokes out there and people laugh. It's not the case at all. You have to think about so much. You have to think about specific words and you flow, and it's hard.
Yeah, yeah. Completely agree. Like I know they say, oh, you're only working for sort of like 20, 30 minutes a day, but no, it is the grueling process, trial and error, and sort of keep on going. So, well, we only touched on it a little bit with your comedy. Is it, and you can change, go for like, your first bit, your third bit, back and forth. Do you sort of do like one line comedy? Is it like long stories?
It's a mixture of both. So I will start with like a story, like a premise, and then from that there will be sharp, short punches. Sometimes one after the other. Sometimes there's a little bit of lead up to it. It depends what the joke is. I feel like sometimes jokes you need to build up to them. Some jokes you can just like whip off a one liner. It's a mixture of all of them, to be honest. I don't have like I wouldn't say I'm a storyteller. I don't have long stories. It's more short.
Okay. And how did you find sort of like the transfer from doing skits on TikTok and Instagram to transfer to on the stage?
It's completely different. I wouldn't even class my persona as the same as online as on stage.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's completely different.
Okay. Fair, fair enough. I mean, I've never done skits myself, but yeah, I sort of dive straight into comedy, and I guess the podcasting could be the same. I mean, you said you do a podcast as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, the confessional podcast. So
What's the
it's not a
confessional
comedy
podcast, Kimmy?
podcast. It's not a comedy it is I wouldn't class it as a comedy podcast, but it is funny. It's basically we get confessions from the listeners anonymously, like 100% anonymous, and we discuss them, try and do it without judgment.
I'm getting comfortable
Most
with this one. So wait,
most of the confessions are funny.
so
We have
what
had a
sort of
few serious
confessions?
ones.
What sort of
Oh,
confessions are we talking
I
about?
can tell you the worst one that we ever had, and it
I,
was
I
absolutely
good.
disgusting.
Go for the worst one straight away. It's all. I don't want the happy ones. Come on, let's go dark on this. Come on.
This one is, you will be shocked. So this guy said that he goes into Primark
Okay,
and
that is disgusting.
he takes women's knickers off the shelf. He goes into the changing rooms. He does his business. He has a wank basically into these pants, puts them back in the packet, and then puts them back on the shelf. That was one of the confessions.
Why
I will
care,
never
Mark?
ever. I don't know. I will never buy underwear from Primark because of that.
Getting out of that. Like,
Like if it wasn't anonymous, we would have reported him to the police.
yeah. Like,
Gross.
you know when you hear something, you try and get it from their perspective. Like, what mental reason
Oh,
would
you
he have?
just can't.
Because no, yeah, I can't get any logic in that, dude.
We've had loads of good revenge ones where a lady has pissed in her husband's shoes because she caught him cheating. She didn't tell him. She just pissed in them and then let them dry, and then obviously they stink forever.
Okay. Any more? Is that the darkest one? Some guys jacked into a Primark
We
underwears.
oh, I had a really dark one, but it was about suicide, so I won't go into that one. I don't actually think we put that one in the podcast because it was pretty dark.
Yeah.
It wasn't one to laugh at. But yeah, it's a mixture of literally everything, like stealing people's milk at work or just loads of
Shit.
random stuff.
I thrive upon
Yeah.
doing that. I used to thrive upon doing that.
Yeah, I love the podcast. The podcast is like my baby. So it was run by three guys before, and I came on as a guest. One of the hosts was leaving, so they asked me to join, and I already loved the podcast, so I was like, yes, I want to do that. So now it's my baby now.
So you give them advice.
Uh, give who advice?
So
The people
say
that
like someone
confess.
does a confession, do we just acknowledge it or then what happens?
Oh, we kind of discuss it, and like we can go off. Say like if it's about cheating, and
Mm,
then we'll talk about cheating and our views. And the person that I do the podcast with, his name's Rick.
mm.
We don't always agree. He has very different views to me, and I think that makes a great podcast. Like, we're still very friendly, but our views differ like massively. So it's quite fun to have something and then discuss it.
Okay, I'm trying to think if I can like confess to something. Uh, okay, got it. You can advise me on this one. So I'm trying to. So I was seeing this girl. She got pregnant, and she said it was mine. So then, like, I bought everything. I like did my spare room, nursery colour. I went to every single maternity thing, bought everything for her. I must spend about 5-6 grand on everything for the baby, and found out at 38 weeks it wasn't mine.
Oh my
Uh,
God,
I know,
that's
yeah,
awful.
completely fucked me. Um, and people are saying like I should try and sue her, but she's got a pot to piss in. How would you get over that? Like like your dark revenge thoughts. I haven't got them now.
Oh,
So
I would, if it was Rick, he'd probably tell you to do something stupid. Me, I would say, think of it as you've spent that money on the baby. You haven't spent that money on her, and that baby has not done anything wrong to you. Let it be. Let that baby have all that stuff that you brought, and just know that you have done your part for that baby. You've probably done more than she has for that baby, and I will just leave it there.
I'll add one more into the mix. So like I've always been like I won't say any names. I'll never like shit on anyone in public. That could be a profession. No, but she does TikTok videos about how she used to be in a toxic relationship where I was
Oh,
nothing but good. But it's like when someone tries to use you for clickbait and
oh
like
yeah.
devil. But yeah, I don't know what I was going on a tangent on that one. So, what was the podcast called again? So people want to check it out.
It's called the Confessional Podcast.
The
You
Confessional
can find it
Podcast.
on like I think on Spotify it's called the Confessional Podcast 2.0 because we had a bit of a rebrand. But on YouTube it's just the
What's your
Confessional
process on that
Podcast.
one? So where's our next gig?
Tonight I am oh God, I can't remember the name of the venue. It's called Comedy and Curry, uh the old schoolhouse or something. Oh
Okay.
God, I can't remember. It's in Stoke anyway.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
um
Yeah, yeah.
it
I
should be
like.
a nice little gig. It's a regular gig for people, so yeah, it'll be nice.
Okay, awesome. And on the final note, is there any like final advice you could give to people, or any message you want to send to people who are aspiring to get into comedy?
I would say if you think you're a funny person, and you think you can do stand up, they are two completely different things. I know a lot of funny people and they wouldn't be able to do stand up, but if you want to give it a go, just do it. Honestly, just do it. That first laugh that you get, that will tell you whether you want to do it or not. I think if
Uh,
you feel that buzz, I think that's when you know that you're meant to be doing that.
uh,
But yeah, the biggest thing is if you're funny doesn't mean you can do stand up. I promise. It's hard.
it's not for everyone. Kimmy, that's been absolutely amazing. Thank you ever so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you.
Cheers. And yeah, guys, if you want to check out Kimmy, all her credentials will be listed. And go check out her podcast also if you sick bastards have something you wish to confess. Cheers, Kimmy. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.